Hello and welcome to our Bridge to Business Educator Awards as part of our 5-day Young Enterprise Scotland Festival of Youth Enterprise Event 2021. I'm Alyx Ross and I'll be your host for this evening. I'm coming to you from our lovely studios here at City of Glasgow College, where I am currently studying HND television. This year I learnt that Bridge to Business were looking for a student to host their awards, and being the entrepreneur or chancer that I am, I stuck my neck out to get the role. Lucky for me, it went well, and I'm super excited to spend the evening with you celebrating the people, projects and colleges that are leading the way in enterprise for Scotland. I hope you're all ready to celebrate and cheer on our finalists and of course our winners. But before that, I want to say a huge thank you to our category sponsors for supporting this year's awards. This year, our sponsors are Popper & Eco, FutureX, CDN, AAB Consulting, Elevator UK and Social Investment Scotland. This year, we opened up all categories to all colleges across Scotland and we've had an amazing response. Our judging panel have not had an easy job in deciding the finalists and winners, and later they'll be sharing a personal message with you all to recognise the amazing work we've had from all of our entrants. But first, we have a very special guest for this evening who's not only an ambassador for enterprise education, but also a good friend of Young Enterprise Scotland. He's a successful entrepreneur with leading roles in digital innovation with companies including Accenture and Microsoft. He's recently been appointed Professor of Entrepreneurship at Strathclyde University. So on that note, I'm delighted to introduce you to our keynote speaker, Peter Proud, CEO and founder of Forrit.
I'd like to start off by saying a huge well done to the finalists of the Bridge to Business Awards. Just being here has been a winner, right? I mean, just starting a company or just moving forward is the first step in any journey. My name is Peter Proud. I started a company called Forrit 7 years ago. And one of the things I didn't fully appreciate when you start a business, it's a bit like looking at an iceberg. All people ever see is the little bit at the top, the kind of success or failure in a business, just like the way you see the peak of an iceberg. But underneath, you know, there's 90% more mass there around about the stress, the hard work, the investment, the ideation, the thoughts, the thinking, the teamwork. And I think that's probably one of the biggest lessons that everyone probably, you know, participating in the awards today has probably learned. You know, the unseen, right? The unknown. I did 20 years in enterprise, and when I started my company, I thought I knew it all. And within the first couple of weeks, I realised that I knew nothing when it came to starting their own company. And after about 5 years in, I was asked to do a talk at a university on what I'd learned. And so I just thought I'd share those thoughts with me. So the first thing I was going to talk about today is the crawl, walk, run, you know, and how you actually start a business, right? And I always think of crawl as the first steps, define the product you're going to build. You've got to design it, you've got to build it. And during this time, you're losing money all the time, right? You don't have any customers, you don't have anything coming in. And it's all about thinking about what you're going to do, how you deliver it. So you have a great idea, you build the product, you then actually start to take it to market. And then that gets you into the crawl phase. And this is all about starting to get the first set of money in. And that's something that people really need to understand. And they'll have learned that doing a business, right? Cash is the oxygen. You know, it's like revenues for vanity, profit sanity, but cash flows reality. So one of the things I'll talk a lot is always think about the cash of the business, how you limit what you spend and how you maximize what you bring in. So the first stage is all about build the product, get it out there. The next stage is all about walk, which is the first clients, getting the references, getting the case studies. And when you've got a business, always think about every deal you do with a customer in 3 currencies, PR, feedback and cash. So when you get the first kind of early customers, what's more important to you is probably the feedback around about how good the product is, the PR, so they can talk about how good your product is. You need a bit of cash to keep your lights on, but just think about the 3 currencies. And then the last is all about scale. So what did I learn when going through my journey, right? The first thing you've got to understand is your product, right? Why are you actually starting a business, what you're going to build, and who's going to buy it from you. I've actually got a lot of information on the slides, but I'm just going to kind of clip through, but they're there for reference for future. The next thing is, you know, really understanding how it's different, how you differentiate yourself as a product so that other people are going to buy it. You know, are you going to be competitive in market? What's your pricing strategy, et cetera, et cetera. The next thing to think about is if you're raising money, right? Because, if you're going to go and build a business, if you look at the company I've got, we've spent about 21 million in the last 7 years, and that money's got to come from somewhere. We've been lucky enough that we got good clients and we were able to actually, use the services revenue we got to invest in the product to build our company. But if you're starting a business, you need to actually go and invest some money, raise some money. And if you're getting investors, you've got to make sure you've got the right partnership. Can you work with them? Are they interested in your product? Are they only interested in your balance sheet? Are they in for the long term, or are they going to just flip and sell you? So that's what you've got to think about. And also, when you're speaking to investors, always try and maintain control, right? So if you're actually, bringing investment, make sure that you've got a say in your company, and don't let the investors get a golden strip and be able to tell you what to do or manipulate your business from underneath you. So just be super conscious that when you're actually speaking to investors, that you've got to maintain control of your company so that you're still in control of your destiny. Because if you're starting a business, you're an entrepreneur. If you let an investor take control of your company, you become an employee. So moving forward, just make sure you always maintain control. The next thing to think about is just what kind of investment you're getting, right? Are they giving you a loan, or are they actually giving you investment? Because you can be very quickly kind of converted into a loan over an equity, and then before you know it, you're back to being an employee and somebody's taking your business off you. So just think about, for the long term, what you want out of your business and how you're going to fund it. The next thing to think about, and this is where I made a huge mistake when we first started our company, is what's your commercial model? So the first deal, we were quite excited. We actually won Power Rangers. So we're taking over the Power Rangers website globally. We're all excited. We're going to LA to meet Saban Media. And they asked us the kind of simple question, how much? And we actually hadn't thought too much. We were so excited about building the product. We actually hadn't really thought about the pricing model. So we actually, we didn't really know, and we had to make it up. And we made a bit of a mistake because we were forced into, what the pricing was. So yeah, so just think about the commercial model and how you're going to charge, how you're going to be competitive. Is it a services business? Is it a product company? Is it a blend of both? So just always think there's two parts to every business. One is the product side and one is the commercialization. And it's quite interesting if you look at the history of all the big companies, like Apple and Microsoft. This is probably too old for a lot of people in this audience, Lotus Notes. There was always a kind of pair of people, right? So there was Steve and Steve, there was Bill and Paul, and there was two brothers started Lotus Notes. And there tended to be a commercial brain and a technical brain behind it to actually make sure that both sides of the business were covered off. The next thing is think about your offices and what you want to actually be and portray yourself as. One of the things, if you're in a very competitive world like I'm in, where it's very difficult to get really top quality software engineers, you need to actually create a great working experience and environment so you can attract the right kind of talent into your business. So just think about the kind of different parts of the business that's important to you, and office space is one of those things. The next thing to think about is actually storytelling, right? And this is massive, right? So as a small company, you tend to be trying to punch above your weight all the time. And just be able to articulate very clearly what your business is, what your product does, why you're better than the competition, how you're going to charge for it. And just make sure you have a clear, concise, story around about, who you are, what you are, how you're going to sell it, how you're going to make that person, way more successful. And just think about the fact that, companies only buy a product for two reasons. One is to either sell it on for a profit, the other is to make their business more efficient. So if you're actually, unclear of what you are, it's very difficult to tell the story of what you are. So just think a lot about the storytelling and who you are as a business and why people should deal with you. The next thing to think about is your staff and culture, right? And this is something that's really, really important. I try not to take it too personally when people leave, but I still do. Just make sure you've got the right kind of staff, right kind of people. And one of the things that's the most important thing in actually building a company, and I'm sure all the participants of this competition have seen, is teamwork. So you've got to make sure, you have the right team around about you. Don't hire everybody in your image because you end up just not getting a blend. Diversity is super important. So just make sure you think about the kind of people you need, what skills you're lacking, what you're good at as an individual and what you're not. Make sure you hire people in that you're not good at with regards to the skills you're not good at, so you can complement you, because no person can do everything themselves. So, myself as a CEO, I actually look at the things I'm good at and the things I'm not good at. I make sure I've got people around about me that actually do the things I can't do. And then I actually get the rest of my staff to think that way. So they go and actually hire the best people they can get to complement their skills, so it makes it easier for the business to scale. moving on, one of the things I would give people advice round about is think like a big company, even when you're small, because what you're doing is you're just like an athlete, right? You're honing yourself, you're getting yourself fit and ready to scale and get bigger and better. So even we were tiny, and even if we only had one deal to do, we would still have a deal review, right? We would sit and have big meetings like a big company, even though we're small, even if they only take 5 minutes. So have a finance review, have a marketing review, and just have these big company type meetings to make sure that you actually can start to get yourself ready to scale and get yourself fit. It's a lot easier to get yourself ready to scale when you're small than it is when you're already there, because you'll be running a million miles an hour anyway. One of the things that I think we suffer from in Scotland is a little bit of lack of ambition, right? And aim high, think big. I didn't really understand what scale was like until I went over to Seattle and was working in Microsoft in Redmond, and we saw, when I joined there was only 12,000 employees, but when I left there was 200,000, and it was just massive, right? And its scale. And so one of the things to think about is, there's a massive world out there. You're not just trying to build a business for Scotland. Be super competitive, aim high, have ambition, have confidence. And just really think, because of the cloud and the internet and the way the world is today, you're not trying to, beat somebody in the next town to you or anything. You've got the world at your feet. So if you're building a business today, just really aim high. And the only limits to your, or the only limitations and boundaries to the possibility for your company is your lack of ambition. So just aim high, think big, go for scale, and really take on the world. Tenacity is probably the biggest attribute you need to start a business. I'm actually pretty tenacious. I don't tend to give up. And there's been many times where I've been sitting lying awake all night thinking, oh my gosh, I can't do this. A bit of imposter syndrome and not knowing or feeling like you can't, succeed. Everyone's going to feel that, right? Every single person's going to feel that when you're starting a company, right? Just get through it, right? Be tenacious, have confidence, aim high, keep going. My chairman, John Waddle, I phone him every now and again when I'm feeling a little bit kind of down or blue or a bit lacking confidence or anything. And I'm kind of like, well, why am I phoning you? All you ever tell me is to keep going. It's actually the best advice, right? So if you're actually building a company, getting going, feel a bit down, feel a bit negative, something's not happened, you've lost a deal, something's not gotten your way, somebody's left, you hit against a blocker, because actually starting a business is a little bit like a game of snakes and ladders. Sometimes you hit a snake and come all the way down again. Just remember, keep going. We all feel it, and that's all. That's the best piece of advice I could ever give you. Actually, be tenacious and keep working hard and keep going. So I just want to wrap up and say, the summary is crawl, walk, run. Define your product very well, design it to the best of your capability. Build it, get your first companies to use it, or customers and clients. Think about 3 currencies: PR, feedback, and cash, right? Always ask for PR, always ask for feedback from customers that you've got, because all that's going to do is make your company better. Hire the right kind of people to actually complement you and get your business moving. And then once you've got all that in place, all you've got to do is think about scaling and keeping on innovating, and you're going to have an amazing company. So I'd like to wrap up by saying a great, congratulations to everybody who's a finalist and everybody who's actually taken part, because I'm sure you've all had great learnings. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that fantastic presentation, Peter. And thank you once again for being part of our event. Enterprise opportunities that are available now to young people are absolutely fantastic. And it has been amazing to see so many students, staff and colleges adapt to blended learning over the past year, thanks to digital innovation. On that note, Bridge to Business have a short welcome for you all that includes how the programme has adapted digitally to support blended learning over the last year. We have some highlights from our Bridge to Business best bits to share with you all, so please join me in welcoming Lisa Wardlaw, College Delivery Manager for Bridge to Business.
Hello everyone, it's Lisa, the College Delivery Manager here at Bridge to Business. I say a massive well done to all our incredible finalists. As always, the finalists who enter our awards are always absolutely fantastic, and I know that the judges had a tough time deciding on who the ultimate winners would be. But they will be revealed very, very shortly. I also want to say a big massive thank you to the students of City of Glasgow College who directed and hosted this year's event. It feels so good to be able to give students an opportunity to develop their skills and something they can also take forward and put on their CV. The judges never have an easy time trying to decide on who the winner would be because there's so much amazing work that goes across the colleges. But more so this year, because we have adapted to make sure that students still have the opportunity to flourish. We adapted a programme to create a virtual delivery programme which is now accessible to the 17 colleges across Scotland. For the first time, we've been able to reach many more students from different areas across Scotland and deliver the Bridge to Business programme, or at least give them a little taster of what enterprise education is. So I just want to say thank you to all the students and educators and supporters of the Bridge to Business programme that really have made such a massive impact. And thank you to the Bridge to Business team, to James, to Lynn, to Kirsty, and our newest recruit Bryce. There is no way that we could have delivered it without you. One of the most important things, especially within the delivery team, is having feedback from the students. We have had so much positive feedback through our virtual delivery programme and the opportunities that we have brought through this academic year. We feel incredibly proud to be able to still support students through enterprise education and bring people together. There are many, many highlights through the Bridge to Business programme that we have this year, and I could stand here all day long and talk about the amazing work we've managed to do virtually and to many students all across Scotland. Usually we work in 9 colleges across Scotland, but this year, due to our virtual delivery programme, we've been able to reach out to the 17 colleges, giving students the opportunity to engage in enterprise education through the Bridge to Business programme. Some of the other highlights that we've had through Bridge to Business, I genuinely could probably be here all day talking about it, but there are 2 things I would like to focus on today. The first one being, we launched our very first #FemaleBoss initiative in partnership with Royal Bank of Scotland. #FemaleBoss is an initiative that we created to close the gender gap for young women in business. It's a 5-week programme which was open to students studying across the 17 colleges in Scotland aged 18 to 30, with an aim to get them thinking about enterprise, developing their skills, developing their confidence, their self-esteem, giving them the tools that they can take forward for employability, but also if they are looking to start up a business. The students also got the opportunity to apply for a small business grant through the Bridge to Business programme to get that idea off the ground. It was a 5-week programme which we held on Zoom. We also created a mini-series of female entrepreneurs which you can still find on the Young Enterprise Scotland YouTube channel. Having the #FemaleBoss programme and having students from 10 colleges across Scotland engage. I am so looking forward to launching the next #FemaleBoss programme. The next highlight for the Bridge to Business programme is our Social Innovators Challenge. This year, our Social Innovators Challenge is partnered with Firstport and goodideas.org and also supported by Popper and Eco. The Social Innovators Challenge is a competition which is accessible to further education colleges across Scotland to come up with an innovative business idea that's going to impact climate change. We were asking students to explore an idea to reduce carbon footprint that ultimately would impact climate change, but also the communities and the people around them. This was the first time we did a virtual competition, and it was the first time we were able to offer the competition to the 17 colleges. I'm absolutely delighted to say that the ideas and the commitment that we got from the students who participated was absolutely fantastic. In collaboration with Firstport, we were delighted for the first time through the Social Innovators Challenge that we were able to offer students a generous amount of funding to kickstart their business idea. I would like to congratulate the students from Lewis Castle College in Stornoway, to the City of Glasgow College students, and to the students of Dumfries and Galloway College, who have all been awarded a £500 grant to kickstart their innovative climate change idea. We very much look forward to coming back on campus, hopefully sometime soon, but also making sure that we're still making an impact to the students that we work with. I very much hope that you enjoyed the rest of tonight's event, and thank you so much for all your support.
This year we've had a fantastic judging panel who included Elaine Calderwood, Business Advisor at Scottish Enterprise, and two of Bridge to Business's alumni and previous winners, Lucy Thompson of Coach Lucy and David Maitland of Tonic Note Records. The judges scored every entrance against category criteria, and this year's special recognition was given for digital adaptation to support blended learning. The standard and number of entrants we had this year has been our highest yet, and I would like to thank every single one of our judges for their dedication, passion and time in supporting this year's judging process. They would like to share a personal congratulations with you all to all of our finalists, so let's hear from our 2021 judging panel.
Hello, my name's Elaine Calderwood and I work at Scottish Enterprise as an account manager. I can't tell you how delighted I was to be asked for the second time to be a judge, albeit a virtual judge this year for this year's Bridge to Business Educator Awards. It also gives me great pleasure to say a few words on behalf of the judges, Lucy Thompson, Coach Lucy, David Maitland from Tonic Note Records. Given the current situation that we find ourselves in, all three of us thought that we'd be in for an easy time of it this year, but that just wasn't the case. This year, not only were we impressed by the number of applications submitted across all 6 categories, which was up from last year's numbers, which was great, but the quality of the applications were outstanding. Each and every one of them demonstrated in a variety of levels innovation, creativity and entrepreneurialism, and made our jobs very difficult for us. It just wasn't easy. What stood out to us the most this year was how applicants were able to digitally adapt, whether it be through blended learning, trading online, or providing much needed education and services while still maintaining, in some instances, the virtual team spirit, which was amazing. Then on top of that, having to cope with everything else that's going on, be it homeschooling, caring responsibilities and or a number of personal issues that this pandemic has brought to us all. We wanted to applaud you all and thank you for making our jobs very difficult and wish you all good luck for the future. Thank you.
Well, I think you can all agree we have an absolutely fantastic team of judges who I really do not envy that they have to choose the finalists and the winners. Very glad I'm just the one reading the names out. But it has made me very excited to see who our winners are. So let's kick things off with our first category. The first award is the Innovation Award. This is sponsored by Pauper and Eco. This category recognises a project or a startup enterprise that has had a successful, innovative approach towards the development of a product or service. The judges were looking for ideas of a strong understanding of innovation to create either a solution to a problem, a commercial opportunity, or the development of a new process. The judges were also looking for examples of innovative ways to adapt to a business product digitally due to COVID-19. I am delighted to announce that the finalists in this category are Anya Ray, Ayrshire Healing Centre, Ayrshire College; Lee Watson, Sad Rags to Glad Rags, Glasgow Clyde College; Nil by Mouth, Pitch Perfect, City of Glasgow College; and Robert Meikle, Talkability Podcast, City of Glasgow College. Well, congratulations to all of our amazing finalists, but there can obviously only be one winner. And the winner of the 2021 Innovation Award goes to Robert Meikle, Talkability Podcast, City of Glasgow College.
Hello, my name is Robert Meikle. I'm a student at City of Glasgow College, currently studying my HND in radio production. I've been awarded the Innovation Award with Bridge to Business as part of my work with the Talkability Podcast alongside my co-creator, Kieran. It has been a wonderful experience to be able to create the podcast and speak to so many people from diverse backgrounds with disabilities. This has been part of my HND radio production course, and of course it has been made possible due to the accessibility of the course. And I would like to thank particularly Jackie Shaw for nominating us for this award, along with the fantastic teaching staff in Roddy Campbell, James Wilson, John Collins and Ravi, who's recently just joined the team. Alongside this, I would like to thank my classmates who have been brilliant over the last year and a half, and to City of Glasgow College as a whole, who have made my progress as part of the course possible. Thank you to you all.
Congratulations once again to Robert. Next up, we have our Social Enterprise Team of the Year, which is sponsored by Social Investment Scotland. For this category, the judges were looking for an innovative team of students who have created a social enterprise project or activity. The judges were looking for the most innovative student-led team that can demonstrate a charitable or social enterprise-focused activity as part of a college group or project. Let's have a look and see who our finalists are. They are Professional Cookery, Learning Opportunities and Events Management students, North East Scotland College. Prince's Trust Group, supporting care experienced students through social enterprise, Fife College. Well done to all of our fantastic finalists, but the winner of the Social Enterprise Team of the Year award is Prince's Trust Group, supporting care experienced students through social enterprise, Fife College.
Hello, my name's Amanda Mercer. I'm the Prince's Trust Team Leader at Fife College. I'm delighted to accept this award on behalf of Team 74. The team have received this for the enterprise that they have just completed, and that was supporting care experienced students through social enterprise here at Fife College. The students produced an amazing leaflet that was tailored to reduce the barriers for care experienced students, and this was included in every backpack, 430 backpacks for 430 care experienced students who are with us at this moment in time. It was an amazing achievement. It was completely done online, and I am extremely proud of them. So thank you very much for this award. This is going to take pride and place in our classroom. Thank you.
We are now almost halfway through our awards, which brings us to our next award, which is the Local Hero of the Year award, sponsored by FutureX. This accolade will go to the most inspirational role model who has shown commitment to supporting further education college students that have engaged in the Bridge to Business programme to develop their business ideas. I'm delighted to announce that the finalists in this category are Jamie Agnew from Ayrshire College and Amy Ritchie from Edinburgh College. Well done to both of those fantastic finalists. But the winner of the Local Hero of the Year award is Jamie Agnew from Ayrshire College.
Hi, I'm Jamie of Jamie Agnew Photography, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be accepting the Bridge to Business Local Hero Award for 2021. Young Enterprise Scotland provides such an incredible framework for those looking to take themselves and their enterprise to the next level. To have been recognised by such a prestigious group is truly an honour. Thank you so much again.
The next category is our Further Education College Enterprise Educator of the Year award, which is sponsored by CDN. This award will go to the further education college lecturer or employee who is leading the way in enterprise education within their institution. They may be promoting business and enterprise skills development during lessons, hosting enterprise workshops and events, or creating enterprise projects and competitions. Special recognition will be given to educators who have adapted successfully to blended learning to offer additional support to students. We've had some absolutely fantastic finalists this year, and they are John McBlain, Ayrshire College, Corrine McHenry and the Fashion and Textiles teaching team, Glasgow Clyde College, and Laura Dixon, City of Glasgow College. Well done to all of our fantastic finalists, but the winner of the Further Education College Enterprise Educator of the Year award is John McBlain from Ayrshire College.
Hey, thank you so much for honouring me with the award for FE Enterprise Educator of the Year. The past year presented many challenges for educators, however, I decided to harness my skills to provide continuity and innovation for the benefit of my learners and colleagues. One project this led to was the creation of Rockpool podcasts, allowing students to showcase their work, as well as providing a global platform for our many collaborators and guests we've had in the show, in turn raising the profile of Ayrshire College across the FE sector. I'd like to say thank you to Martin Curry for nominating me on behalf of Ayrshire College, Sarah Turkington and Joe Smith, my fellow Rockpool podcast co-hosts. Another thank you to my esteemed colleagues in the Music and Sound Production Department and wider Ayrshire College community. And finally, my students, for all their hard work, resilience and creativity over the past year. Thank you so much.
Our next category is our penultimate award of the evening, which gives special recognition to an individual college student. The Enterprising Student of the Year Award, which is sponsored by AAB Consulting. This award will go to the further education college student who has shown the most enterprising spirit and creative approach to not only blended learning, but also a specialised product or business idea. The judges were looking for examples of how a combination of college study and business skills development has led to either a start-up enterprise, sustainable employment, or progression into further education. Let's take a look at our finalists. They are Claire McCammon from Ayrshire College, Melitza Melenkova, City of Glasgow College, and Megan Douglas, Fife College, along with Robert Meikle, City of Glasgow College. Fantastic work from all of those student finalists, but the winner of the Enterprise Student of the Year Award is Megan Douglas from Fife College.
Hi there, I'm Megan Douglas and I am the winner of the Enterprising Student of the Year. I just want to say a massive thank you to the judges for not only selecting me as a finalist, but for also making me a winner as well. It really does mean the world to be recognised for all my hard work over the past year, so thank you very much.
Our next and final category of the evening is a Further Education College of the Year Award, sponsored by Elevator UK. This award will go to the college that is leading the way in enterprise within further education throughout Scotland. The judges were looking for innovative approaches to adapt to blended learning and support new digital processes supporting the students during this time. Judges are also looking for examples of enterprising team projects and initiatives that have developed the business skills and knowledge of both students and lecturers alike. The 2021 finalists are Ayrshire College, North East Scotland College, and Glasgow Clyde College. Well, what a finale that has been to what has been an amazing group of finalists and winners. The winning result of this category was a unanimous decision from our judges. It was a clear winner. The winner of the 2021 Enterprising Further Education College of the Year Award is Glasgow Clyde College.
Good evening everyone. On behalf of all of the staff and students at Glasgow Clyde College, I'm absolutely delighted and honoured to collect the Bridge to Business Award for FE College of the Year. For all of society, normality ceased to exist in March 2020, but I'm very aware of lots of amazing learning and teaching practices that have gone on across the FE sector. For Glasgow Clyde College to receive this award speaks volumes for the amazing dedication and innovation exhibited by all of our staff and students. Once again, thank you.
Congratulations to all of our finalists and especially our winners tonight. You're all absolutely amazing and we cannot wait to see how your ideas and journeys with enterprise develop. Thank you once again to our category sponsors and to our amazing 2021 judging panel. Bridge to Business look forward to continuing to support enterprise education in colleges across Scotland. For more information on Bridge to Business, please check out www.bridge2business.org.uk and follow @Bridge2Business on socials. I've been Alyx Ross and I've loved spending this evening with you. Congratulations once again and good night.